Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us today as we take a look at applying mathematical functions to the structure of plants out in nature. My name is Noah Houpt.
And I'm Aaron Dion.
The main domains of math we're going to be focusing on today are geometry and sequences.
Fact, plants are pretty, as you can see. But why? Why are they pretty? The answer is patterns. Can you see any of these patterns? Probably not. But that's okay.
Since you couldn't tell any of the patterns from that flower, let us explain it to you. The seeds bud in a spiral pattern based on the Fibonacci sequence. The Fibonacci sequence is a sequence defined by the expression xn equals xn minus 1 plus xn minus 2. This sequence has many interesting properties.
For example, let's take a look at the flower again. The seeds buds can be organized into 21 clockwise and 34 counterclockwise spirals. Interestingly, these numbers correspond to two consecutive numbers in the Fibonacci sequence. Whoa! Nature's cool.
It doesn't stop at seeds though. Take a look at these flower petals. The number of petals on each flower corresponds to a number in the Fibonacci sequence. 3, 5, 8, 21. These are all Fibonacci numbers. So make sure you pick the right Fibonacci number when you want to see if someone loves you.
The golden ratio is another mathematical phenomenon prevalent in nature. In this image, it is defined as the ratio of the area of the circle to B, and also by the ratio of B to A.
The angle at which the circle was cut in the previous slide is called the golden angle. It's 137.5 degrees. The golden angle also pops up throughout nature, including the angles between cactus spines and the angles between leaves going up a tree. Is that neat or what?
Furthermore, phyllotaxis is generally defined by the golden angle. Phyllotaxis is the arrangement of lateral organs around a plant stem. Phyllotaxis can be described by mathematical rules. The internodal distance on plants also follows the Fibonacci sequence. These patterns are everywhere.
So why do these patterns occur, and why are we so attracted to them? Is there any evolutionary benefit? In the early 1800s, researchers started to look at this problem and study it using the scientific method. It took scientists decades and decades to try to answer this question.
Firstly, some people still believe that these plant structures exhibited a prime number sequence. The Brevet brothers used this model to display their mathematical proof that it was in fact the Fibonacci sequence. One of these brothers went on to become one of the founders of crystallography.
In 1868, Wilhelm Hofmeister, a botanist, considered this proof while he was conducting research on plant stem cells. And based on his observations, he made an important prediction about the way those stem cells are oriented around a budding root. His prediction went all the way down to the microscopic level.
Hofmeister predicted that the stem cells located on budding plant material would arrange themselves in the interlocking spirals, which we saw earlier in the Brevet brothers' proof. This would allow them to spread out efficiently. As you can see here, the budding root shows a striking resemblance to the earlier image.
More recently, in 1992, physicists Duwati and Cooter performed magnetic oil droplet experiments demonstrating the spreading pattern that is found in plant architecture. See? Physics is useful. This gave researchers a basis for the ultimate reason why plants orient themselves in this way.
The advancements of electron microscopy techniques throughout the 2000s have allowed researchers to confirm many of the mathematical predictions made by scientists like Hofmeister and others. As you can see, science is a long process.
Studying the mathematical patterns that occur in nature has various applications, including applying similar mathematical patterns to synthetic structures that we build. Also, as we learned in class last year,
flowers can be used as variables.
Citation, Omar Sanchez, 2015.
Believe it or not, there are other applications for the Fibonacci sequence. It is often referred to as nature's code, as it applies to cells growing on a plate and even spiral galaxies far beyond our mind's comprehension. The Fibonacci sequence is literally a code to live by.
Looking at natural architecture in this way and understanding the mathematical code behind it gives us a new lens through which to understand the enigma that is the natural world as a whole. This is a very interesting and important perspective to have when studying biology. Mathematics are at the foundation of biology.
The use of such a mathematical lens in biology has been around for centuries. For example, Theophrastus in ancient Greece used it when studying the rings on trees. He was the first to find that they correlated with seasons and age.
In summary, the definition of plant structure by mathematical pattern is a ubiquitous concept throughout nature. The most common patterns that we talked about today are the Fibonacci sequence, the golden angle, and the golden ratio, which, as we mentioned, pop up all throughout the natural world. Thanks for watching. This is our reference slide. Feel free to look through it if you want more information.
But if you don't, remember, math is beautiful, biology is beautiful, and by extension, you're beautiful.